Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is time to fix my camera. Also time for cycling. Let's fix that a little bit more. Better? Yeah, that's better. Alright. Time for cyclings. Excellent choice, honoring the itinerant. That's right, Terry. Time to get our own workout in. Dogs don't get all the fun though. We're gonna do a workout that Hannah recommended that she ended up doing the other day. So without further ado, we're gonna jump into it. So, Zwift, Spenner, Bambino, week what? Week one. Welcome workout. Welcome indeed. So what's cool about this workout is it's going to teach you about your different zones, and it's going to give you a way to estimate your own functional threshold power if you don't have one. There are going to be little tool tips along the way to help us out. All right, so it looks like we have a warm-up, then we're in zone 1, and then we're in zone 2, and then 3, and then 4, and then zone 5. You know, it's a nice progression. Seems about right. Well, let's do it. All right, 10-minute warm-up it is. Uh-oh, just got passed by a runner. Going 2 miles an hour. Hi there! This workout is designed to help evaluate how accurately you've set your threshold FTP prior to starting your training plan. I mean, we haven't really prior to starting a training plan, but always good to check yourself. Checks and balances. Good thing. See how well we've set ourselves up for success. Did we overestimate our FTP? Did we underestimate it? Now it looks like we have a 10-minute warm-up, and then we're going to do 5 minutes in what I consider zone 1, which I think it'll tell us a little bit about it, but it's should be a very easy, almost recovery pace. This is taking my job away, you know. Knowing your FTP will help you get the most of your workouts in preparation for Zwift Fondo. Even if your FTP is already set, well, this is still a good workout. That's right. No matter what, we're gonna have fun. Whoa, that guy's on the wrong side of the road. Jeez, must be English. All right, going up an 11% grade at 77 watts. It's not all that fast. Got one other person who's going as slow as we are. It's kind of impressive to pedal that slowly up this grade. Oh, passed by another runner. Oops. Going 8 minute miles though, pretty quick. How do we do this workout if we don't have a power meter? You don't. You get off your bike right now and go out and buy a power meter. It's an interesting question, Hannah. You're the one who made us do this workout. It's a power-based workout. If you want to rely on perceived effort, you could rely on perceived effort. So the same the same tips it's going to give you correspond to perceived effort. You know, zone 1, whenever we are in zone 1 in another workout, we're going to want to feel like we're in zone 1 in this workout. The workout is designed to be done with erg mode turned on. If you have a smart trainer, it will still be helpful regardless. I don't see why it would matter. You still get to put out, the goal would still be to put out the right power. That makes sense. Yeah, but once we hit our first 5-minute interval, if you're usually trained with perceived effort, then figure out what, listen to the tooltip and see what it thinks you should feel like. It's going to give you a feeling, what you should feel like what you'd be able to sustain, how long you could sustain that particular power, things like that. So use a perceived effort. If you are using heart rate, you can look at your heart rate towards the end of that interval, see what your heart rate is at that zone. Heart rate gets tougher and tougher when we get to intervals that are as short as 1 minute because your heart rate isn't going to respond that quickly. But anything that's like at least a 2-minute interval, at the end of that 2-minute interval, you should be able to see a heart rate respond to that. So we've got a Hannah, we've got a Terry. Wonder if we've got a Chancey tonight. It's always the question. He's supposed to have a foot pod this week. Maybe he's joining us on the treadmill. All right, about 4.5 minutes left of this warm-up. And we're gonna hit our first interval. All right, we're going to build up intensity through each of the 6 distinct zones we use here at Zwift. After each block, we'll automatically turn off erg mode and give some cues about how that should have felt. So it says 6 zones. There are 5 different. I wonder if this is zone 1 and the blue is zone 2. Do you remember? Blue is zone 2? Blue is zone 2. So this is zone 1. So they use zone 1 as their warm-up / very, very easy recovery. So zone 2 is going to be what I would normally consider a recovery pace. Something you could hold all day, something that you do the day after a hard workout to just spin your legs. If you were going to talk about it on a perceived effort scale, it's probably like a 5 out of 10. Maybe even a little lower, maybe like a 4. All right, 2.5 more minutes of warm-up. Look at us go, we doubled our speed. We're up to 4 miles an hour now. This is amazing. Warm-up starts in zone 1, active recovery. It should be a really easy conversational pace. Okay, so that is what it's calling this. This zone, active recovery. Yeah, I mean, I guess I would normally do active recovery either in this zone or the next zone. But they're calling zone 2. So this is our zone 1. All right, one more minute, and then we're gonna see what zone 2 feels like. City is definitely not going by too fast. That is true. All right, here we go. 25 more seconds. Alright, so we're going to kick it up a notch. If you're going to go using gears here, I would say give yourself, put one more gear on. Make it one gear harder. 5 minutes in zone 2, which is the basic endurance zone. Should be your all-day effort. So something you could hold all day. I like to do this zone for recovery as well. Zone 1 is just a little bit too easy and you feel a little bit flat or feel a little bit heavy on the saddle. Makes you feel like you're doing something in this zone. 65% effort should feel like a 2 or 3 out of 10 for such a short period of time. Okay, so if you were doing this all day, you'd be exhausted. For 5 minutes, doesn't feel like that much. 2 or 3 out of 10. I know that sitting on the bike all day sounds awful no matter what zone you're in, so think of it as for as long as you could spend on a bike, you wouldn't mind spending it at this effort. Luckily, we only have 3 more minutes here. And we get to check out zone 3. So remember that yellow zone that we see up ahead at 3 minutes, where for me it says at 220. At 3 minutes, that's our close to our lactate threshold. So that's just below our threshold intensity. So that's I could ride here for an hour if I absolutely had to, but that's it. So if that helps you to gauge where this guy fits in, we are about 2 gears away from there. They said this is a 2 or a 3. The next one, the green zone, is gonna be 5 or a 6, maybe a solid 5, and then, like we said, the yellow is about a 7.5. All right, another minute 45 here. I'm going to take 2 minutes in between So apparently do whatever we want. You can go harder if you want. You can go easier if you want. Free ride. Take it easy. You should be sweating here, but your heart rate and breathing should be controlled. Yeah, so it's kind of still a conversational pace. Heart rate's still under 150. Sweating because we're in Texas, so everyone's always sweating here. Don't have a choice. All right, 35 more seconds. You can see the end of this interval up ahead. We're gonna do 2 minutes of free ride. Then we'll regroup for zone 3. 4 minutes of zone 3. Free spinning here. Pedal it whatever effort feels right. If that was too easy, this is a sign your FTP is set too low. That is the sort of pace you feel comfortable holding for almost any duration. Adjust the intensity up using the arrows. It was talking about these little arrows, which really only matters if you're doing workouts in Zwift. I mean, I said if that feels too easy, I don't know what too easy would feel like. It should feel easy. I don't know that I can, that was a struggle. Maybe you've overestimated your FTP, probably a good idea to back off. If it was really hard, maybe exit out of the ride and adjust your FTP downward. So basically, we're just learning more about where our zone should be. If you're not working out in Zwift right now, and just use that as a gauge. Hopefully you found a heart rate or you found a gear that you could hold all day. And not all day, but you know, for a reasonable amount of time, more than an hour. All right, so we're gonna go into zone 3 here. This is gonna be a little bit harder. 4 minutes in zone 3. Maybe it'll tell us here in a second what it thinks zone 3 should feel like. Zone 3, we're at 80% of your FTP now, which should feel like a 4 to 5 for most people. Be a 6 by the end, often referred to as tempo work. Still have a good rhythm here. Yeah. So like this is if you're gonna go outside and you're like, I feel like riding a little harder today. I'm not going all out, but I'm gonna ride a little harder today. This would be that, a little bit harder. It's not just an easy ride, it's tempo pace. Like I said, maybe a 4 or 5 right now. After 4 minutes of it, Fatigue might start to set in. Might feel like you want to back off a little bit. This is probably the pace that feels most comfortable for me, because you're not just sitting heavy on the saddle and spinning, putting some power under the pedals. It feels good without hurting. You get to go fast without it feeling awful. All right, a little more than halfway through this one. And we'll go back to a 2-minute free ride and on to zone 4. Breathing should have shifted a bit. Should not be conversational pace anymore. Good race pace for a longer race, like your Zwift Fondo. Woohoo! So a lot of Fondo rides are, like 50 or 60 miles. So if you think of that being 2 to 3 hours, maybe 4 hours, this is a pace that if you were riding for time for that 50 to 60 miles, you'd, this would be about all you could do. All right, 30 more seconds here. All right, so we got 2 minutes of either recovery if you want it, or just keep going here if you want. I'm going to come back with 3 minutes in zone 4. So zone 4 is coming out. This is going to be pretty much our threshold. Like 90 or 95% of our threshold power. So threshold's like the top of your aerobic capacity. Feel a distinct shift down here. Tempo sustainable, but it should also feel quite good to back off. Without the XU burning, ratchet down your FTP. So the next one's going to be on the brink of staying aerobic. The breathing rate's going to increase. Should still feel sustainable, but just kind of barely. Track your times is pretty ho-hum considering bringing the intensity up. The Zwift track your times for sprints and climbs while you do workouts. I think it just tracks them for non-workout rides. I don't think you might be able to set a PR. I think I've gotten a PR for a climb during a workout. I know I've gotten a PR for like the London loop, which is like a 1 hour loop during a workout. But it did not tell me this time. I mean, clearly didn't get a PR on that climb since we were just warming up. So, I don't know. I don't know for sure. All right, 15 seconds. I'm gonna hit zone 4 here. It will technically still be aerobic, but we will be pushing in the limits of our aerobic capacity. Here we go. In 2 seconds. 2:20. That's basically, you should be probably like 1 gear harder than you were for zone 3. No longer conversational pace, but hey, I love conversations. Any pace is conversational pace if you talk, right? Zone 4 threshold, this is starting to get quite tough. This is 95% of threshold and should feel like a 7 out of 10 on the whole. And you should be glad to stop. I like that it has a little bit of a sense of humor. Watch out, guys, I'm coming through. All right, 7 out of 10. Maybe even a 7.5 out of 10. Start to feel a little bit of burning in your legs. Maybe more so for me because I'm talking. I should probably stop doing that. But hey, that's what I'm here for. 2 more minutes. Be sure to keep that pedal stroke nice and smooth. With this increased resistance, it's easy to start mashing the pedals a little bit more. Easiest way to keep your pedal stroke smooth is to raise your cadence a little bit, and then pedals start coming around a little more freely. Breathing and heart rate really made a sync shift. Still steady but labored. This is hard work. Thank you, Zwift. Thank you for letting me know this is hard. I had no idea. All right, less than 1 more minute here, though. Oh, went through that guy. All right. We got 2 more minutes of free ride coming up. Ten seconds. All right, free ride, 2 minutes. Next up, we got 2 minutes in zone 5. This is going to be above a lactate threshold or functional threshold. So this is going to be our first true anaerobic interval, where your body's going to be using up oxygen faster than it can take it in. Pace was just right at what you have your FTP set at, just under. That should have felt like power you could have, but not really wanted to, held for about 20 to 30 minutes. Yeah, so when we do our FTP tests, we do a 30-minute test where we try to hold highest power number we can for 30 minutes. We take, hold on. Good warm-up this interval should have given you the best sense of how close your FTP is to reality. Yeah, I don't know that I wanted to hold that for 20 minutes. I don't know that I could. That's pretty close. I could maybe do it if I was forced to. But yeah, so once we do our FTP test, we're going to ride at the highest power intensity possible. And then we take, I think, 95% of that number, and that's the top of our zone 4, which is what we just did. So whenever we want to do something that's just under our aerobic threshold, or within our aerobic threshold, then we go to zone 4, because we know anything higher than that number that we figured out is going to be above our aerobic threshold. Remember, the whole goal here is to raise that aerobic threshold, which is what all of our other workouts are designed to do. This one's designed to figure it out. Here we go. Zone 5. It's going to be our first anaerobic zone. 2 minutes of it. Hopefully you feel pretty recovered after that 2-minute interval. Come on, Blake. Give me a little more resistance. There we go. That's the stuff. All right, tell me more about Zone 5, Zwift. Inquiring minds want to know now. Really into the tough stuff. This is Zone 5, VO2 max. Probably don't want to read this message. Definitely don't want to talk to anyone. Zone 5, VO2 max. I really don't know why it's called VO2 max. It's really the top of Zone 4 was the maximum volume of oxygen in place. Should be sustainable for about 5 minutes. Should be really unpleasant. 8 to 9 out of 10 here. I'm only doing 2 minutes. So heck, we got like 3 more minutes in the bank. Almost done. 35 more seconds. $25 more seconds. Five more seconds. 2, 1. All right, nice job. Oh no. Hannah's going for extra credit. Got 7 extra seconds, all right. So hopefully that was tough. Hopefully it didn't leave you wanting to get off the bike. Should be completely doable, but tough. Most people think about intervals. That's what they think about. 2 minutes of that should have been really hard. Should have been able to find some rhythm, stay seated, but you needed to stand. Felt your cadence slipping. FTP might be too high. So, yeah, most people think of intervals. That's what they think of. Because most interval work is done at above your FTP. I'm not saying physiologically it's the best idea. First, I'm a proponent of what runners were doing. If you cruise through that, then your FTP is too low. But if you were to think about an interval workout, most people would have that most recent effort in mind. So that was Zone 5. Hopefully you got a feel for it, taste for it. Maybe you didn't like it, maybe you did like it. We'll do them every once in a while. We don't do a ton of work above threshold. Last week we did. That was kind of awful. We don't do that all that often. Don't worry. All right, 15 more seconds. And we got 1 minute at 290. This is pretty much your all out. Now it's not an all out, but it's the most you got right now at the end of a workout. Here we go, Zone 6. 10 out of 10. Zone 6, maximal aerobic power? That's incorrect. Mostly you should just want me to shut up. 10 out of 10. Gonna have to talk to the Zwift people. Maximal aerobic power is absolutely incorrect. This is definitely an anaerobic effort. So maybe I'll just stop talking and ride my bike. 15 more seconds. Two, 1, nice job. All right, 2 minutes of free ride. So the reason I said that's incorrect is because it's not aerobic. It's definitely anaerobic. You're breathing heavy now because your muscles were using oxygen at a rate higher than you can replenish it. So now your body's trying to replenish it. You have some sense of whether or not your FTP is in the ballpark. Training plan is much more effective. Whew. Yeah. Important distinction between aerobic and anaerobic workouts. They each have their time and place. You can always change your FTP between workouts if you're gaining fitness more quickly than you expect. Conservative estimate, better choice than overly aggressive or optimistic one. Yeah, it's true. I mean, last week you could see I wasn't hitting my numbers, and if you are too aggressive on a workout, you'd get more out of the workout if you could do all of the intervals at 95% of your true FTP, then do 80% of the intervals, and then just have to kind of call it quits in the last one because you burn yourself out in the first few. All right, last little part here. We're gonna do 5 minutes at 175. So you can see this is kind of in between zone 2 and zone 3. So it's pretty close to that good tempo feeling, but just backed off a little. Probably actually with the accumulated effort that we've already done, it'll probably feel pretty close to that effort level. Whew, losing my chain, losing my chain. Got it back. All right, 5 minutes right here. Nice steady work at 75% here, all day pace. Interesting. Before they were calling 150 watts all day pace. Now I call them 175. Now warmed up. I would say this is closer to my tempo pace than my all day pace, but hey. Point is, we'll get 5 solid minutes of effort in here. Good gear for this. All right, just 2 minutes of this left, and then we'll start cooling down. is warm in here. Yeah, have one. All right, one more minute, then we'll cool down. All right, 10 more seconds. All right. That was our cool down, or that was our last interval. Now we're cooling down. Zwift likes to do this ramped cool down where it starts me at what I was just doing and just slowly ramps down from there. Set down at 25% by the end. So we're going to end it pretty much a coasting pace. We'll reach it over the course of 10 minutes or so. Alright. Alright, 8 more minutes to cool down. Dropping down nice and easy. Let the workout step you down here. Like I said, it's just ramping down the effort ever so slowly. We're back down below our easy holiday pace. past a hot dog stand. Why didn't you stop? I wonder what the currency is in futuristic New York City. Probably everyone uses Instagram for currency. Thank you, Ian Anderson. Let's see if we can get you right up. I don't see you on my list though. Yeah. Alright, just 5 more minutes halfway through our cooldown. Don't see you, buddy. Real hot dogs, greater than virtual hot dogs. So only for that first 2 bites. After those first 2 bites, hot dogs turns out are gross. They trick you every time though. At least 4 times a year, hot dogs sound good. And every time it's a trick. 2 bites in, you'll remember why you don't like hot dogs. Oh, I see the hot dog stand. Nice. Am I catching up to you? Find you. And I'm on my... I might have turned a different way. I mean, I'm behind you. I just passed the hot dog stand. Climb or something? Oh, let's see if we can find out. Not too far enough on the course. Come 3 miles an hour. Almost at the beginning of the loop. Will you zoom out on your loop? Maybe I can see where you are. Click the map twice. I've got a different course than I am. You're near a larger body of water than I am. But I'm not, you just went through the beginning. I don't even think I'm doing that part. I don't think I'm doing that part, of course. It's not letting me go any faster. Sometimes it lets me go faster on the cooldown. But it's not letting me. Two more minutes. 2 more minutes of cooldown. I'm trying to pedal faster. It's not working. No matter how fast I pedal, it keeps me at 18 miles an hour. This game is cheating. It's like the opposite of aimbotting. Thanks for joining us. See you later in the week. That is a promise. But I will see you guys next week. Same time, same place, same dumb jokes, all of the above. Alex, you only got like 2 minutes of the action. You missed all the fun stuff. You can see all the gold stars we got though. I got gold damage, gold healing, gold pedaling. We are winning again. Gold hot dogs. All right, guys, don't forget, once we go through this, it's crunch time. Alex, you gonna join us for crunch time? No. Well, you should. Right on. All right, we did it. Finished the workout. All right, we are gonna jump off our bikes. Oh, let's stretch for a minute here. Let's put our legs at, what is that, 9 and 3? 9 and 3. Like forward, like one in front of you, one in back of you. Parallel to the ground. And stretch out your calves. Push down a little bit more on the front heel. And bend to the hips a little bit, and you should feel the stretch in the bottom of your left, or bottom of your forward hamstring. All right, switch it up. Stretch out your calves again. Even weight on both feet. Bend to the hips, put a little more weight on your front foot. Feel that stress in your hamstrings. See how we're doing on our quest. Alright, put your right leg straight up and your left leg straight down. Drop your heel down. Drop your left heel down, your lower heel. Breathe into that for a second. 57% of the way there. Almost at 100,000 feet climbed. All right, drop the other heel. So right foot straight down, left foot straight up. All right, let's unclip. We'll do some crunch time. All right, we're gonna drop down on the ground, and we're gonna do 2 sets of 30 crunches. I'll give you a 10-second warning once I get myself situated. All right, in 10 seconds. 1, 2, 1, go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Virtual Jordan. All right, 20 more seconds. And then we'll do round 2. Kitty's going to town on the crunches. 5 more seconds. 2, 1, go. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. All right. Nice job, guys. Thanks for joining again. And we'll see you all next week with another workout. Thanks a lot. Have a good one. Bye.